Life Philosophies Unleashed.
Do you ever feel like your life is too complicated and overwhelming? Do you wish you could simplify your life and find more peace and happiness? Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher and founder of Taoism, offers us some valuable insight on how to achieve this. In this video, we'll explore Lao Tzu's 5 ways to simplify your life through Taoism. 1. Nurture Taoism's 3 invaluable assets. Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, believed that compassion, moderation, and humility were the 3 invaluable assets that formed the foundation of a simple and fulfilling life. By nurturing these 3 assets, we can simplify our lives and find more joy and meaning in our interactions with others. Compassion is the ability to connect with others and cultivate empathy. It allows us to understand their struggles and challenges and offer support and encouragement. When we practice compassion, we create deeper and more meaningful relationships with others, and we find greater fulfillment in our interactions with them. Moderation, on the other hand, helps us avoid excess and find balance in our lives. It allows us to enjoy the pleasures of life without becoming obsessed with them. When we practice moderation, we are able to recognize when we have had enough and avoid overindulging. This helps us maintain our physical and mental health, and it allows us to focus on the things that truly matter. Humility is the 3rd invaluable asset in Taoism. It keeps us grounded and helps us avoid the pitfalls of ego and pride. When we practice humility, we recognize that we are not superior to others and that we have much to learn from them. This opens us up to new perspectives and allows us to grow and develop as individuals. Moreover, it helps us to avoid unnecessary conflict and maintain peaceful relationships with others. By nurturing these 3 assets, we can simplify our lives and find more joy and meaning in our interactions with others. When we practice compassion, moderation, and humility, we create a life that is simple, fulfilling, and grounded in our values and beliefs. We are able to find peace and happiness in the present moment, and we are able to build deeper and more meaningful relationships with those around us. Lao Tzu's emphasis on compassion, moderation, and humility provides us with a valuable framework for simplifying our lives. By following these principles, we can cultivate a life that is rich in meaning and purpose, and we can find greater joy and fulfillment in our interactions with others. 2. Harmonize with the current. Lao Tzu believed that we should flow with the natural currents of life, rather than resist or fight against them. This means letting go of our attachment to control and embracing the natural ebb and flow of life. By accepting what is and living in the moment, we can simplify our lives and find peace and contentment. When we try to control every aspect of our lives, we often end up feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and anxious. We become fixated on the future, worrying about what might happen and trying to plan for every possible scenario. But life is unpredictable, and no matter how much we try to control it, there will always be surprises and challenges. Lao Tzu's philosophy offers us a different approach. Instead of trying to control everything, we should learn to flow with the natural rhythms of life. This means accepting what is, living in the present moment, and letting go of our attachment to outcomes. When we embrace this philosophy, we find that life becomes simpler and more enjoyable. We stop worrying about the future and start appreciating the present moment. We become more spontaneous and open to new experiences, and we find joy in the unexpected twists and turns that life brings. Of course, this doesn't mean that we should abandon all planning and preparation. It simply means that we should approach life with a more open and flexible mindset and be willing to adapt to changing circumstances. When we learn to go with the flow, we become more resilient and better able to handle whatever life throws our way. 3. Release your grasp. Releasing your grasp can be a difficult concept to grasp, but it's an essential part of simplifying your life. Many of us hold on tightly to our desires and expectations, convinced that they are essential to our happiness and well-being. We believe that if we just achieve that one thing we're striving for, we'll finally be content and at peace. But the truth is, our attachment to these desires and expectations can hold us back and make our lives more complicated than they need to be. When we're constantly striving for something and trying to control the outcome, we create unnecessary stress and anxiety for ourselves. We become fixated on the future, worrying about what might happen and trying to plan for every possible scenario. Releasing your grasp means letting go of this attachment and embracing the present moment. It means recognizing that the things we desire and the outcomes we're striving for are not the key to our happiness and well-being. Instead, it means focusing on what truly matters and finding contentment and peace in the present moment. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or apathetic, or giving up on our goals and dreams. It simply means releasing the tight grip we often have on them and accepting that the outcome is not entirely in our control. It means recognizing that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that we can find joy and fulfillment in the process of striving for our goals. When we release our grasp, we find freedom and clarity. We're no longer weighed down by the burden of our desires and expectations, and we're able to approach life with a more open and flexible mindset. We become more adaptable and resilient, better able to cope with the unexpected twists and turns that life throws our way. Ultimately, releasing our grasp is about finding peace and contentment in the present moment. It's about recognizing that the things we truly need in life, love, connection, and a sense of purpose, are already within us. By letting go of our attachment to external things, we can simplify our lives and find the happiness and fulfillment we've been searching for all along. 4. Discover your equilibrium. Lao Tzu's philosophy emphasizes the importance of finding balance and equilibrium in our lives. He believed that by discovering our equilibrium, we can simplify our lives and find more peace and harmony. But what exactly does it mean to discover our equilibrium, and how can we go about doing it? At its core, discovering our equilibrium means finding a middle ground between extremes. It means avoiding excess in all areas of our lives, whether it be work, relationships, or our personal pursuits. When we find this balance, we are able to live a more simple and fulfilling life. One way to discover our equilibrium is to take a step back and evaluate our priorities. We can ask ourselves what truly matters to us and what we can let go of. By doing this, we can identify areas where we may be overcommitting ourselves or pursuing goals that are not aligned with our values and beliefs. Another way to discover our equilibrium is to practice mindfulness and self-awareness. This means staying present in the moment and being aware of our thoughts and feelings. By doing this, we can recognize when we are becoming too focused on one thing or neglecting other areas of our lives. We can then take steps to adjust our behavior and find a more balanced approach. It's important to remember that discovering our equilibrium is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. As our lives change and evolve, so too will our priorities and needs. We must be willing to adapt and adjust our approach as necessary in order to maintain a sense of balance and harmony in our lives. Ultimately, discovering our equilibrium is about finding a way to live a simple and fulfilling life without sacrificing our values or neglecting our responsibilities. It means finding a way to pursue our goals and passions while also maintaining healthy relationships and taking care of ourselves. By doing this, we can find more peace and harmony in our lives and experience a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. 5. Cultivate inner harmony. Finding inner harmony is a crucial aspect of simplifying your life, and it's something that Lao Tzu emphasized heavily in his philosophy of Taoism. When we cultivate inner harmony, we find balance and peace within ourselves, and we're able to let go of the stress and anxiety that often comes with trying to control external factors in our lives. So, How do we cultivate inner harmony? One way is to connect with our true selves and our deepest values and beliefs. When we have a clear understanding of what truly matters to us, we're able to make decisions and take actions that align with those values. This helps us to live a more authentic and purposeful life, and it allows us to find greater peace and fulfillment. Another way to cultivate inner harmony is to practice mindfulness and self-awareness. This means staying present in the moment and being aware of our thoughts and feelings. By doing this, we can recognize when we're becoming too focused on external factors or when we're neglecting our own needs and well-being. We can then take steps to adjust our behavior and find a more balanced approach. Self-care is also an important aspect of cultivating inner harmony. When we take care of ourselves, we're better able to handle the stresses and challenges of life. This means getting enough rest, eating well, and engaging in activities that bring us joy and relaxation. When we prioritize our own well-being, we're better able to cultivate inner harmony and find greater peace and contentment in our lives. Ultimately, cultivating inner harmony is about finding balance and peace within ourselves and living a life that is aligned with our true values and beliefs. When we're able to do this, we're able to simplify our lives and find lasting happiness and fulfillment. Lao Tzu's 5 ways to simplify your life through Taoism offer us valuable guidance on how to find more peace, happiness, and fulfillment in our lives. By nurturing compassion, moderation, and humility, harmonizing with the current, releasing our grasp, discovering our equilibrium, and cultivating inner harmony, we can simplify our lives and achieve a deeper sense of purpose and meaning.